Hello, darling friends. Welcome to yet another Facebook Live by WowParenting. Today we have a very interesting topic, and the topic is how to handle peer pressure. You know, the statue that I have with me is a Buddha statue. Oh my God, do you know how much peer pressure he had? He wanted to meditate, he wanted to understand laws of life. But the pressure on him was to rule. And today, everybody in the world worships him. Which means, if I can teach my children how to handle peer pressure, if you and me can people who know how to handle peer pressure, maybe one day we will be as famous as Buddha is. Jokes apart, 31st of October, we had one Facebook Live, and that went as a super hit program. The topic was, how do I handle digital addiction? Hey, by the way, parents, those of you who are already come here, ensure that you stay with me till the end of the program, because I have some very exciting freebies and takeaways for all of you. And in the meanwhile, I would love it if you can like what is happening, if you can ask questions on this topic. My promise, I will answer every question personally before I sleep tonight. Let's go to the last session that we had on digital addiction. We gave everybody a very beautiful takeaway, in which there were about 30 days in the calendar. There are 3 different ways in which I can help my children to handle their digital addiction. Any day which you succeeded, just tick it right. At the end of the month, you would know how better you are in handling digital addiction. Now for the topic of the day. I had a very interesting conversation with my younger daughter and with my son just before this program was about to begin. I asked my son, what has helped you in resisting peer pressure? Well, my son's friends tell that Nero is a person who cannot be influenced easily. He is a person with a very clear sense of what is right and wrong, and he does what he believes is right. And when I asked him, how do you handle peer pressure, my son? He said with a smile, Papa, very simply, it's about having clarity on what is right and why. I think at home, if we can have conversation with our children about what is right and why. Remember, the word that I used was when we have a conversation. I didn't say when you tell your children. I'm saying when you have a conversation with your children, where your kids also say, we believe this is what is right, and why do I think this is right? The more clarity that they have about their sense of right and wrong, the more easily they will be able to resist peer pressure. When I asked my younger daughter, Mehek, about how do you handle peer pressure, she smiled, she thought, she became serious, she was thoughtful again. She looked at me with eyes which is as if, what will be an interesting point to say? And then she said something very simple and something very beautiful. She said, when I have the ability to say no to my friends, I can resist peer pressure. When I say no, I can assume that some people will definitely make fun of me. After that, there are 2 options. People who are making fun of me, in some time will realize, कोई फायदा नहीं है. इसको बोलने से, इसको अपन डगमगा नहीं सकते. She is very sure, even if we make fun of her, it doesn't make a difference to her. Now she said one set of people will understand that it is pointless to make fun of her. And the second set of people was very interesting. She said there will always be some people who will be sarcastic, and you will realize that it is time to move on from these friends of ours. Well, my 2 kids definitely taught me on what to share with you about how to handle peer pressure. But besides this, I have some very interesting points for you to think about on how generally very successful children have been able to handle peer pressure. Now, here are a few pointers that I would like to discuss with you. By the way, if you like anything, please ensure that you share with us and you tell me, darling Naren, I really like this point. Or if you have a doubt, please ensure you put it in the comment section. Naren, I didn't understand what you are saying whatsoever. And those of you who would like to have the free days, start putting your email IDs over there or your phone numbers over there so that we can share with you a brilliant giveaway that we have planned for you. Tips to handle peer pressure. What are the tips? First of all, never overreact. Kids cannot open their heart to parents who overreact. If they know that my parents are going to overreact, they are not going to share with you. And if they don't have you to share with them, they can only share it with the world. And then if they have to share it with the world, they have to do what the world expects them to do. Which means, if we as parents do not overreact, the children can share with us. In the environment of the house is conducive and proper and positive, they would love to share with us, and therefore peer pressure becomes very light. Me and my kids often joke about a style which is very prevalent nowadays. Let me show it to you. Will that? Do you also have issues with your kids wearing this kind of denim? I mean, there are more holes there than denim over here. Do you also have issues? I find this kind of a thing very, very amusing. But if you walk on the roads or you go to the mall, don't you see most teenagers wearing something like this? Frankly, I have never understood the fashion sense in this. But when I asked kids, why do you wear it? She says, it's fashion. I said, how do you measure fashion? Whatever others are doing is fashionable. Now, this is a classic example of peer pressure. So, tip number 1, ensure that you do not overreact when your kids have some issues to share with you. Tip number 2, whenever somebody is in confusion, we often have somebody we refer to or confide in or speak with. Duryodhan, when he was confused, he would go to Shakuni, and Pandavas, when they were confused, they would go to Krishna. Now, the person who is your fallback option will play a crucial role in how you live your life. For example, at our home, when the younger one, Mehak, has to discuss some things, and if she goes to Neeraj and says, this is what my friends are asking me to do, Bhaiya, what should I do? Now, Neeru, with a clear sense of right and wrong, is able to guide her and say, yeah, your friends might say, why don't you have a smoke? Your friends might say, you're so crude, you're so boring, you're so old-fashioned. It's okay to say that. You know what is right, do what you believe is right. Don't do which will please somebody else. Now, when her fallback option is the person who is wise, for Pandavas it was Krishna, the child will not succumb to peer pressure. Now, who can be this Krishna in their life? Parents, some good friends, siblings, a few other relatives, maybe a teacher. Can you gently guide your children towards the right kind of a guide? Ensure that their guide is a Krishna and their guide is not a Shakuni. Now, as per this, there are 3 more points. 1, can I teach my children how to be happy with themselves? See, the big thing about peer pressure comes because I want to belong to a group of people. Why? Because only when I am with some selected number of people do I feel I am happy. If I am not with those people, I don't even feel that I am happy. If I can teach my children or guide my children or role model them on how to be happy by themselves, I have given them a great strength to withstand all the possible peer pressures in their life. Now, what do I mean by be happy? Can I have a hobby by which I get happy? It can be something as simple as a jog. It can be something as simple as listening to music. It can be something as simple as playing with a Jenga. It can be something as simple as being an artist, drawing, painting. It can be something as simple as playing with Scrabble. The moment our kids have a hobby where they can relax, where they can feel comfortable, when they can be happy with themselves, they do not need validation or approval from the rest of the world. And this will be a huge strength for your child to resist peer pressure. Another very important point is teach the children how to say no. I go back to what Mehak discussed with me. Yes, teach the children how to say no. When you say no, some people will be sarcastic, some will make fun of you, but it should be okay. We are not in a popularity contest where we have to please the whole world. We have to do what we believe is right. And final point, be an extraordinary role model on how to handle peer pressure. I know when I was a small child, I've heard so many times my parents telling me, "Log kya bolenge?" You know, there were times before my marriage when I would sit and discuss with my parents about why should we spend money on inviting those people who are not our well-wishers? Why don't we just get registered marriage and save that money, or maybe donate it to an orphanage, use it for some good cause? And the elders in the house will revert back to one simple point, and that is, log kya bolenge, which means giving to peer pressure. Now, if I am that kind of a role model where I am telling my children, my God, you have to live up to peers' pressure, you cannot have an identity of your own, you cannot go against what the society expects you to be, then it will be extremely difficult for your children to resist peer pressure. Hey, by the way, let me remind all of you again, if you are liking what is happening, and if you are enjoying the tips over here, if you think this is going to solve something for you, please remember to like this post, please remember to comment over here, please remember to share this video with people who will be helped. Share it with all the groups that you have. Let these messages reach hundreds and thousands of people, because peer pressure is like a disease. I believe peer pressure can destroy our children. I've seen children starting to smoke, starting to drink because of peer pressure. Do you know, at the age of 35, when about 600 people were a part of a survey where they were asked, when did you smoke your cigarette first? 90% of them said that they started smoking in school. 90%. And why do you think they were smoking in school? I know you know the answer. It was nothing else but peer pressure. Everybody of my friends has a boyfriend, so I need one. All my friends have a girlfriend, I don't have, which means I'm not good enough. These are some classic examples of peer pressure. Why don't you just smoke one cigarette? What difference it makes? Are you so scared of your mother? Classic example of peer pressure. If your children can be strong enough to resist any and all peer pressure in the world, they will live life by their choices. They will believe they are in control of their life, and they will live to create a legacy. If you have any questions on this topic, please post it in the comment section. Or you can also mail it to me at naren@wowparenting.com. And I would give you answers till you are excited and satisfied and delighted with the answers. 26th of November, we will be coming with one more live, and that will be on how to handle the discipline issues in our children. Till then, I wish you all the best. May you have a great time in guiding your children. May parenting your children be extraordinarily helpful to you. And yes, we have this beautiful takeaway for all of you. This is just 4 pages that I shared with you. There are 22 pages of takeaway. Any one of you and all of you who need this takeaway, it's free for you. Please message over here or download the app of WowParenting and enjoy parenting. Download the app of WowParenting. There are hundreds and thousands of small ideas, tricks and techniques by which parenting can become better. And we really pray you use that and see your child scale great heights. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best and love you all.